Hey, Anya, Samir, Stephen, thanks for being with me today.
Nice to see you here. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Cool. So we're here to talk about being proud of working for Heineken for Unfiltered Talks. I was going to say let's sit down, but first should we grab a beer and make our way to the couches?
Let's do that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Welcome to HEINEKEN Kraków Unfiltered Talks, where business meets passion. In today's episode, we'll discuss what makes us proud to be part of Heineken.
Hey guys, so shall we begin? First, Anya, I'll put you on the spot if you don't mind. Ladies first. So Anya, tell me a bit about yourself. Who are you? How long have you been in Heineken?
Let me start with how long I've been at Heineken. That is almost 7.5 years for me right now. And I started here in Kraków, going through a different kind of project management, program management roles. And for the last 2 years, I had an opportunity to be part of the digital transformation, so D&T of Heineken. So that is, let's say, another world that opened to me coming from Kraków to more global position. So I am now in this, let's say, interesting intermediate period where I am switching my career path from the project management to the global technology manager role.
Yep.
Interesting. Scary, exciting thing. I'm Anna. I am here from Poland. And, yes, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Lovely to have you. And to the other person wearing green, Samir, tell us, who are you? How long have you been in Heineken?
I'm Samir Singh. I joined Heineken back in October 22, so it's 2.5 years. This is my first on-site opportunity that I took. Before this, all my career was in India. I'm originally from India. I think here my role is more of a platform owner. I take care of the responsibility for the governance of the ServiceNow platform. You might have heard of Ask HR. You raise your HR queries there. So I'm in the background also looking into those things. Yeah, and thanks for having me. It's a pleasure being here. And Stephen, what brings you here, man?
Yeah, so I'm Stephen, here in Heineken now almost 8 years. Originally from the UK. This is my first, let's say, job in Poland. So I started here a month after I moved here, which was, quite scary, but it's turned out quite well. I worked in finance for 5 or 6 years and then most recently in transformation. My current position is working with global planning based in head office.
Nice. So nice that you guys introduced the roles. Probably from a technical side what you do, but today we're talking about why we're proud for Heineken. So I'll switch the topic and the theme a bit. I hear often you guys are referred to ambassadors of Heineken and ambassadors of HEINEKEN Kraków. To be honest, it'd be good to understand, what does the term ambassador mean to you? So I'll start with you, Stephen.
So I think as a whole, we're all ambassadors of the company. But to me personally, I would say having a voice, not just for yourself, but for everybody else working here, being open and willing to share your thoughts, opinions, and where you think maybe something is useful for the company, such as like learning initiatives and so on. But I also think it's about sharing your view of the company to people outside, making them see what Heineken is to you.
And for you, Samir, is it a formal program? What is, or is it a bit more organic than that? What exactly is a Heineken ambassador to you?
Representing the brand. For me, when I post something on LinkedIn or any social media platform, I am putting Heineken in front of me. So I want to show people what Heineken really is. When you work for Heineken, what happens? It's not just working formally. You get a lot of opportunities to develop your career, and there are a ton of things happening. I mean, there is never a dull day in Heineken. I think it's very important for us to broadcast those things on different media platforms, and I think as an ambassador, that's our responsibility to show it in the right way.
And for you, Anya?
Yeah, I'm listening to my colleagues, and I'm thinking about myself. Yes, Heineken ambassador. At the same time, well, I never was part of any trainings of any directions for the ambassadors. I would not even say that I am as active in Samir on the LinkedIn. Still, what Stephen says, I also am very much relating myself to. So internally, when I think about myself as an ambassador, for me it means, let's say, spreading the culture of being together, of connecting, trusting each other, sharing the learnings, being open and approachable. So this is how I try to be, and this is also something I relate to, and I discovered from the first moment when I joined Heineken. And outside, if I talk to friends, colleagues, or people who are looking at the market, something or a place to be, a place they would like to work, but think of it a little bit beyond work. I talk about Heineken, what you can find here and how you can develop yourself, and the raising your voice, being open about what are the possibilities. This is how I treat the thing of being ambassador.
Yeah. Nice, very nice.
And Coffee, do you find yourself an ambassador of Heineken?
No. No, only joking. Yeah, I do. I would say I'm definitely not as active as you guys on LinkedIn, and to be fair, probably something I should, because I am very proud to work for Heineken. And when I do have that opportunity, I'm very proud to share that with people of what a great place this is to work, and why I do that. But probably it's one that probably step up a bit more in terms of being more proactive, being more vocal about it. So very grateful that you guys do it. And just touching on that point of being proud of Heineken, Stephen, I always, we know each other quite well, and I always get that sense that you are proud for works for Heineken. What gives you that pride?
I think, coming to work, meeting with people, seeing the impact you can have within the company in your role, but also the impact you can have amongst your colleagues. The smile you can potentially put on their faces on a day-to-day basis. I don't know, it gives me a joy of working here. The feeling of having, let's say, green blood, as they say. I think it's a nice feeling.
And yourself, Anya?
And it is a nice feeling. I agree. When I think why I would call myself proud. Well, when you hear the word Heineken, I think there is no person that would not recognize it. So it makes me proud to be part of a product or beyond product that is recognizable and has a global reach. And behind that word, there is positive connotation. So if I speak to my colleagues about Heineken, I think there is this picture being together in the bar, sharing experience and doing something while, let's say, consuming or enjoying a beer. So it's a nice feeling.
Yeah. I think the first question I'm always asked is, do you get free beer?
I get that a lot.
I think for me as well, it's the culture, Coffee. I love coming to office every day. I'm in the office 4 times a week, primarily because I love interacting with people. In HEINEKEN Kraków, it's such a vibrant workplace. Seeing people smile, back at you. Also talking about other stuff as well, not just work. Because we are humans, we are not machines. So we talk about work, but we also talk about other things, right? So this culture of belonging togetherness, I think that's what makes us come to office every day.
And if I may just build on what you mentioned, the one thing is being together as employees, colleagues at work. The other thing is, well, at least to me, it is important how Heineken is driving its values globally outside. So there is a lot about responsibility, about enjoyment of life, and about some global campaigns which also are very much recognized here by us. So like Brew the Better World, it's something that at heart is close to me. And so doing something for the others without any interest behind. So like being together to build the community.
Caring for people
Exactly.
outside of the company, not just the people within these four walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it definitely resonates with me. I think from my perspective as well, that it's a great place to work. It's a fantastic environment, as you said, Samir, and and you're just that piece of having those strong values, and you see it here, you feel it here, and we recently won our award for diversity and inclusion, and at the same time a vibrant place to work, and you see that nice connection of the two values there.
That's right. And what I wanted to add on that topic of diversity and inclusion, what I feel the Heineken way around that is that it comes naturally. So it's not like a policy that you get and you adjust to it. Here, the diversity of the cultures, at least the way how I see it and how I join it, is something natural that comes with the brand and with the way how we act together. So it's great that we can learn from each other and build on the diverse backgrounds. I like it a lot.
And fun fact, so I have worked for a lot of companies in the past. This is the only company when I say I work for Heineken, no one says, sorry, what? Come again? I haven't heard that before, So that in itself is a big boost for us also to work for Heineken.
And how did your journey as a Heineken ambassador start?
Wow. I think it somehow started with an email from Dominica or Basha. I think that could be one of those emails. The usual. And I think I had just joined Heineken 6 months ago during that time. Or maybe it was Beata, because we first joined the employer branding network.
Okay.
And then Social Media Stars, the campaign, it made its debut last year. This was the idea, I think, either Dominica or Basha who started this whole campaign. And I subscribed to it. I said, this is what I love doing, meeting people, connecting with people, and then making those bonds. And through that, I met Stephen. And we met 35 other people from different parts of Heineken, supply chain, finance, HR, transformation. So that's how our journey started. And it started like an idea, but I think this is the second year now running. So I think we already see a lot of value in that campaign. And so I think it's a good start already for us.
And did your journey start with an email from Berta as well? Or?
So my journey as an ambassador, so it started because of the person that hired me here, actually, Adrian. In the old office, I took part in an employer branding campaign, and I remember that there was a giant, maybe 10-foot picture of me on the wall in the office. And when we moved from that office, I think I actually took a picture of myself with the picture. But it started like this, and I don't know, after that moment, I sort of had an energy to take part in those campaigns, to share what Heineken is about to other people, people outside the company, but people within the company as well.
Quite a few people from communication, and we know that team does a fantastic job around energizing our organization, creating that visibility. From your side, Anya, how did you get involved?
I never had an email. I never had an official request to join the community of ambassadors. I believe the fact that I was invited here maybe means that I am perceived as an ambassador, and I'm very glad to be called like that. So I feel an ambassador, but never took part in an official campaign. However, if I look at different initiatives that we have here in Kraków or beyond, so the Brewing the Better World or diversity and inclusion groups, these are the initiatives that I found interesting for myself, and that is why, whenever I read about them on workplace or talking to colleagues on the corridors, I thought, okay, this is something that I think I could make a value. I could add something from myself. So this is how it started for me. So it's back and forth. If something starts and I think I have time and capacity kind of to do it, then I do it and continue this way. And now I have more interactions with the colleagues from the global office, so I can expand the network. And with Samir mentioned that through these communities, you actually can also explore the world of Heineken and understand better, meet colleagues, and through the network also have on daily basis better connect, so be closer to each other, not only talk through the job description, but through a face behind the name. So
so having that passion for the topic, being able to feel that you can add value is how you got involved, and then
exactly
the energy and adding the value kept you going.
That's right. Energy of people is something that keeps me going.
And just looking to you guys in terms of people who want to get involved in being ambassadors. I think Anya's already touched on nicely from her side of how she got involved. But for anybody listening who wants to be an ambassador, how do they get involved? What do they need to do?
I think speak up. Yeah, it's easy to participate in something that you believe in. Yeah, so if you believe in what's happening here, if you believe in the program that's being run by Heineken, I think you should raise your hand, and participate. Everybody has something to add to the company. Everybody has an individual point of view.
And I always notice whenever I see any posts, etc., of just how diverse the group is in terms of age, gender, seniority, what functions they come from. Is that a fair reflection?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, so especially in the social media stars, I think it was clear that while some of us knew each other, for a lot of the group we were completely fresh. Yeah, so. Like Samir mentioned before, you got to meet people from various backgrounds that you learned from at the same time as giving something back for the company. So it was a good experience.
And you guys have mentioned social media stars. Samir, what exactly is that?
So Social Media Stars is a campaign which was started last year, ensuring that we tell what Heineken is on different media platforms. So it's not just about your branding, it's also Heineken's branding. It's both ways. And it's a very formal process. So it's not that you can post anything online, so you have formal trainings. There are trainings like legal aspects of posting on social media. There are storytelling workshops, which basically tells you how you have to refine your stories. And there is also branding and communication training. So there is a lot of effort in the background to sustain these programs. And I think if anyone wants to be popular, I think that's the campaign we should definitely be a part of.
It definitely does the job, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Sounds hard to be popular though, huh?
It's time consuming.
For sure, it is. But I think you have to give in something to get something. So.
But I can tell you, like from the other side of someone who was not part of the campaign, but as the observer of the campaign, and like really I keep my fingers crossed whenever I see my colleagues in, the adverts or online or the liking, the comments of it. So I remember one of the first ads, I think from my perspective, that would be the first, where here in Kraków, the team recorded a video around promoting Heineken Kraków. And it was all within the employees of this office. And that really made me proud to see how great we can do internally. So basically, to me, Heineken is also about having an idea and actually making it happen.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And Stephen, definitely, I recognize you as a face of the campaign. You're famous.
And so are some other people, because especially with the campaign recently on the bus stops around Kraków, and I would walk around, I know that person.
I have the same.
In terms of everything I hear, it sounds like it takes a lot of time. How do you manage that with your busy day job, busy life, to on top of that find your time to be ambassadors?
Yeah, I think it's a balance, but at the same time, I'm doing it because I enjoy doing it. I'm not doing it because it takes my time or because I gain something from it. What I gain is that I'm proud about the company. I want to share it with everybody else. So I'm happy to do this in my free time.
You did gain a 10-foot picture of yourself.
I did, and a suitcase. But
jokes.
These are.
As Stephen rightly mentioned, if you enjoy doing something, it's not really a push to to do it. So I think it just comes naturally. And then on LinkedIn, you can also schedule your posts. So you don't
Okay.
have to really post at the same time. You can, do it later. So it works.
And then obviously, from your perspective, being a native Polish person, how is Heineken and Heineken Kraków perceived on the market?
Well, so I think Heineken as a brand is enough that it brings the positive connotation with whoever you talk to. And when I started working here and was sharing with my colleagues that I will work for Heineken, it always brought positive reactions. A bit of what Stephen mentioned around the beer, but not only. So Heineken is recognized as a global company with a lot of heritage, and the connections with the Champion Leagues, with Formula One, with James Bond. It does not matter, I think, if it's Kraków or wherever else. Heineken is Heineken.
Yeah.
And well, I have quite a group of colleagues that I was able to recommend to work here because I thought they would be enjoying, and they are professionals that could start working at Heineken. And I believe it's another angle of being the ambassador. So if there are good people that would like to join the community, there is a possibility to be an ambassador by recommending that colleague here. So it's another, maybe not official part of this campaign, but it's a possibility that you have, and I used it multiple times.
Nice.
Yeah.
And just thinking, obviously, we've touched on social media stars, the bits that you guys get involved, and as well from yourself, Anya. Is there anything probably that we haven't mentioned in terms of what you see as ambassadors of Heineken that others are doing?
Like I said at the beginning, I think everybody's an ambassador. As soon as you join the company, as soon as you carry your backpack home on the tram, or as soon as you're telling your friends or your family about where you work, you're actively being an ambassador, whether you mean to do that or not. That's just the way it is, yeah. And I think I would like to believe that we can all talk with pride about where we work. Otherwise, you wouldn't work there.
Yep.
It just came to my mind that I was here at the office last week, where we had here a representation of our head office, and we are actually celebrating one of our colleagues who are here at Heineken 40 years.
Yeah, wow.
And
Honey, yes.
Yes,
Honey
Honey,
Mando, yes.
I was really proud to be part of the company that has an employee that stays that long, and we know each other, and well, it's great collaboration. But see, that this is another thing, that the celebration of the fact that you're with the company and the recognition of that, it's also important here. And in Kraków, I think we have this very nice recognition for those people who are like 5 years, 10 years, and so on. There is another ways in other opcos or a head office.
What else can we do to continue as a company to keep our people engaged, proud, wanting to be ambassadors?
I think we do a lot in enabling people who come with the ideas to help them materializing that. I am not sure if I have more to add right now on what we do already, but I think just talking to each other, like connecting and sharing ideas, this is what brings later something that can grow and be shared outside. So for those that are new at Heineken, for those that just join, I think it is important to spend time with them, to have a discussion, to onboard them in a way. I know it's a formal way of saying, but the way how I try to work with the people that I hire, I really put effort and time to bring them up to speed and connect them with the others. So this is, I think, that what we can do. We are here for long. We have good understanding. There are people that are coming here like from outside that need time to connect, and we can help as ambassadors and just colleagues. No?
I think it's important for us all to remember that as the organization grows and gets bigger, it's still as important to care about each other, and to have enjoyment in working here, but enjoyment is spending the time together while you're in the office or on events, and to not lose the fact that while you're at work, you should still enjoy your time.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Make sure you tune in to other episodes of Heineken Unfiltered Talks and get to know our fascinating employees,